Public Private Partnership, PPP. Okay, now what is a public private partnership? Public private partnership describes a government service or a private business which is funded through government, or you can say through the private sector companies. In simple language, if we understand, it is a partnership between the government and the private business. Okay, where generally the funding is done by the government and the expertise, the technology, that is provided by the private business, because private business generally have a very good set of technology usage, they have good command over these things, and to that when they require funds, that fund is generally provided by the government. Clear? Let's read what's written. Public-private partnership means an enterprise in which a project or a service is financed and operated through a partnership of government and private enterprises. Understood? Now, it is not only called as PPP, but we can also call it as P to the power 3, or we can also call it as P3. So there are three ways of writing. You can write down PPP, you can write down P to the power 3, and you can write down P base 3, whatever you feel like. Okay? Now take an example and understand what is a public-private partnership. Suppose a hospital, there has to be built a hospital, okay? And that hospital is the project or the service that it is being carried on. Okay, building of the hospital. Now who will provide the finance? That finance will be provided by the government, correct? And what are the other services like the housekeeping staffs and how to build it, what should be the technologies used in building, that is provided by the private enterprises. Understood? Public-private partnership. Just simply understand that a project, when it is undertaken, maybe to build a dam or to build a metro or to build a hospital, that project is basically financed by the government, and whatever be the technical part of it, that is looked after, or you can say the operational part of it, that is looked after by the private enterprises. Now I hope it would be clear to you. Moving on to the features, what is the first feature saying? It's a contract between the government and the private sector. Definitely in the definition itself we have understood. What did we understand? We understand that PPP is a contract between the government and the private enterprises, where the private enterprises takes care of the technical and the operational risk, and the funding and everything is provided by the government. Clear? Point number 1. Moving on to point number 2. It says pertaining high priority project. Now, high priority project means this PPP enterprise comes into existence only and only when there is a project which is carrying a very high priority. For example, the Delhi Metro Railway Corporation. That means when the project was to develop the metro lines for Delhi. So that is a project, that is a work to be done, but that work is of a high priority, high importance. Then in that case, this PPP enterprise comes into existence. Means then there comes or there becomes a partnership between the government and the private sector. The government provides the funds to the private sector, and the private sector will look after the development or the formation of the metro. The whole work will be done by the private because it has a good technical knowledge, good operational knowledge and everything, whereas whatever funds will be required, that will be provided on by the government. Clear? Let's read what's written. PPP is suitable for high priority or government projects like Delhi Metro Corporation. Understood? So basically we can say that PPP is for high priority projects which is related to some kind of infrastructure building, okay, and PPP is used in the government projects, basically like something which is for the public welfare. Okay, moving down to point number 3, it says sharing of revenue. Now generally this is a public welfare giving project, but still whatever revenue is earned, that revenue is shared between the government and the private enterprises in their agreed ratio. It's not that the whole part of the revenue will be taken by the government, and it is also not that the whole part of the revenue will be taken by the private enterprises. There is a sharing as in before entering into the contract, before entering into the partnership, the government and the private enterprises, they both decide mutually that okay, suppose we earn a profit, then my share will be 3 and yours will be 2, maybe in the ratio 3:2, maybe equally 1:1, who knows. So whatever ratio they have decided before entering into the contract, that ratio only they are following for distributing the profits. Understood? Sharing of revenue. Next point is service oriented. Now as I told you that these are generally used in the government projects related to the public welfare. So the main point over here, or the main focus over here, is providing service and not earning profit. Okay, had it been only the private enterprises, then we all know private enterprises work with the profit earning motive. It's very obvious. But as because there is a partnership between the government and the private sector, what we get to understand that there is a service motive involved. Let's read. The PPP deals with the facilitation of the long-term public services. Now what is long-term public services? The motives of public welfare, including roads for transportation, dams for electricity, and so on. Understood? Service oriented. Last point is risk allocation. So whenever we enter into any business, we all know there is a possibility of risk. Risk cannot be avoided. That we have learned in the first chapter. We can reduce the amount of risk, but we cannot avoid risk. So here also, if we talk about the public-private partnership, there is a scope of risk. Now, who to take the risk? Who will take the risk? Will the private enterprises take the risk, or will the government take the risk? So there is a risk allocation. Generally what happens in PPP, the government transferred a part of the risk to the private firms. So we can also say that both the government and the private sector, they bear the risk. And also we need to understand that these projects that they overtake or they enter into the projects, that involves high risk. So this has to be kept in mind. Okay, so these projects involve high risk, and whatever be the risk, that is not solely borne by the government. The government transferred a part of the risk to the private firms or to the private enterprises.